Y'all, the Takeover Teofimo Lopez got taken out tonight by Mr. George Kambosos Jr. Congratulations to George Kambosos Jr. as he pulls off a shocking upset in boxing. And anything can happen in boxing, as we always know, right? But George Kambosos Jr., he backs up his pre-fight predictions. He told everybody he was going to beat Teofimo Lopez. A lot of people didn't believe him. They thought he was just talking. They thought it was all gamesmanship. But he brought it. He brought it signed, sealed, and delivered. And now he is now the WBO, WBA, IBF, WBC franchise, and the Ring Magazine lightweight champion of the world, and deservingly so, man. He boxed his ass off tonight, y'all. He came with a smart game plan, and I'm here to tell all of y'all, I don't care what nobody say. I don't care what people in Teofimo Lopez camp is saying. I don't care what Teofimo Lopez daddy is saying. The right man won this fight tonight. Clearly, y'all. And what's crazy to me is, after the fight, we see Teofimo Lopez, he gets on the microphone talking about he won the fight. I won tonight. The referee raised my hand, so on and so forth. I'm looking at Teofimo like, brother, do you got Alzheimer's already? Do you got Alzheimer's after you got counted in that first round? Because I don't know how the hell you forgot what happened, what took place all over the course of this fight tonight. Seriously, because he got outboxed tonight. Clearly to me, man. It was a very competitive fight, but I had George Kambosos winning. And I feel like the right man won. It was no robbery or none of that. Teofimo, his best hope or best luck was to get a draw. And I didn't see that. I had George Kambosos winning, seriously. And I'm going to say this. Teofimo Lopez needs to replace his father in the corner. The whole fight hit like his daddy worse than Angel Garcia. Seriously, Angel talk a lot of shit, and he y'all talk all this crazy talk and all that cussing and all that wild ass shit like he the fighter. Teofimo Lopez's father does the same thing, but he in the corner talking to his son, got his son thinking he winning every single round. Brother, hell no. You got to be a realist with your son. Be a realist. Tell him what he's doing wrong. Tell him he's losing his fight. He's giving away rounds. Try to give him tactical information in order to improve his fighting ability and his game plan. This is the problem when you got individuals, fathers training them. I see it often. Again, I see it with Angel Garcia. I see it with Teofimo Lopez's father. They be in the corner. Either they're not being real with their son. They got him delusional, thinking they winning every round. Or either they just hollering and screaming at their son, slapping them and shit, and they not giving them any tactical advice on how to switch up their game plan in order to get a victory. That's the problem. I think guys, I get it. People think they can get the best out of their sons. Everybody want to be a trainer of the year. They want to train their sons. But some guys need to go to actual great boxing trainers who have great knowledge and are great students of the game in order to give them the game plan or the blueprint to get themselves out of trouble when they find themselves in trouble, man. Like, I'm going to be real. This was a very good fight to me. It was a dog fight, and it was a shocker all in one. Like, this fight instantly changes the lightweight division, and I'm telling y'all right now, after I'm watching this performance, and I know Teofimo Lopez, he did some things wrong tonight, but I really think that Devin Haney and Gervonta Tank Davis would beat Teofimo Lopez. Seriously. I know Tank is smaller, he got shorter arms, but the crack that he got, he get hit with the shit he got hit with George Kambosos, against George Kambosos, he may not get up, right? And again, I know Devin Haney does not have knockout power. He's not a knockout artist by any means, but he is a well-rounded boxer. He is a dog. He's a live opponent, and he's willing to come in there and fight anybody, and he has slick skills that he learned from the Mayweather boxing gym as well as Floyd Mayweather Sr. And I think that Devin Haney just has a all-around great fight game that will cause trouble for a guy like Teofimo Lopez, especially when he gets upset and when he gets way too emotional, man. Like, I got to give credit to George Kambosos, too, because he proved everybody wrong. And like I promise y'all, he came with a great game plan, but after he dropped Teofimo Lopez with that counter in that first round, I felt like Teofimo Lopez got gun shy after that. Like, he got shocked. I think he went into embarrassed mode, right? Because it's ironic that he got dropped in the first round after he told everybody in the crowd, everybody and their mama, hollering up and down, talking about he gonna get Kambosos out of there in the first round. He getting him out of there in the first round. He knocking him out in the first round and all of that. And then he gets dropped in the first round. And I think that embarrassed Teofimo Lopez, and he was trying to recover from that. So he kept trying to swing for the fences, go for the gusto, and that shit didn't work. And the crazy thing about it was, after that didn't work, he did not switch up the game plan to do anything else. He was just swinging with all his might, swinging punches really, really hard in hopes that he would hit something. You know, and It nearly got him the fight, you know what I mean? Because he had Kambosos hurt in the later rounds. However, again, he didn't put his foot on the gas and try to get him up out of there. He let him off the hook, and Kambosos came out of there with the victory. And that's on Teofimo Lopez. Seriously, man. Like, I think overall, in general, Teofimo Lopez overlooked or underestimated Kambosos' ability, and he thought shit was sweet. He thought it was sweet, and he got lulled to sleep. You know, I'm really interested to see Teofimo Lopez's psyche after this fight, because I remember when Deontay Wilder lost, and Deontay Wilder had accusations he was talking about Tyson Fury. Teofimo Lopez had a whole lot of shit to say. He was talking big boy shit, calling Deontay Wilder, telling him he acting like a bitch and all this and all of that. I'm interested to see if Teofimo Lopez is gonna start acting like a bitch and coming out with excuses like he said Deontay Wilder was doing. Because all I heard was, stop the excuses, get your ass in the gym. But after the fight, you know what I'm saying? Here comes Teofimo Lopez talking about he came out with excuses. He won the fight with all this and all of that. And then say, I ain't got no excuses or whatever. No, which one is it? Right? Because you was talking all that shit about Deontay Wilder, and he acting like a bitch and figured all the excuses, get in the ring and all of that. So we going to see if you going to keep acting like, if you going to be acting like a bitch after that, right? All that shit talking, all that somebody else acting like a bitch, you need to worry about what the fuck you got going on, okay? You know what I mean? Teofimo Lopez is a very talented fighter. He got great ability. He can punch, so on and so forth. But I promise y'all, he let emotion take over him in this fight. You know what I mean? And then that's what he let the emotion get to him, and he wasn't able to deliver a great, solid performance, man, a tactical performance. George Kambosos is no pushover, for real. He is an exceptional boxer. And that's flat out. He's an exceptional boxer, and he's an even better boxer than I thought. You know what I mean? But he came out, Teofimo Lopez I'm talking about, he came out with all this emotion and not enough intelligence in the ring. His only game plan, again, was to swing for the fences and hope that he would hit something. And when the shit didn't work, he didn't have anything else to revert to. You know, also inactivity could have played a factor in his fight. We know he ain't been in the ring in a long, long time. Got a lot of ring rust on him. He hasn't fought since Lomachenko or whatever. But I think it wasn't just a ring rust, man. It was more of Teofimo Lopez's game plan. It didn't work in his favor. All that he allowed the pre-fight animosity to get him to. It took him off of his square. All the pre-fight animosity took him off of his square. And again, he was just trying to hit his hardest and swing his hardest until he hit something. You know what I mean? So you got to be able to adjust in a fight game, man. Boxing is a game of chess, not checkers. You got to be able to come and do something different, man. And again, it's so crazy to me because he had Kambosos hurt in the later rounds, and then he let him off of the hook and he got gunshot. After that, when you got him hurt, clearly after you drop him, that shit is unfathomable to me. You know what I mean? And the interesting thing about this fight is there is no rematch clause for this fight. There's no rematch clause involved in this fight at all. So George Kambosos is free to do whatever he wants to do. He's a free man. He can fight whoever he want to fight, whoever he pleases. And I wouldn't be mad if he did, because Teofimo Lopez chose not to fight Lomachenko again after he got the victory. So George Kambosos is free to do whatever he want to do. You know, he can go and fight a Ryan Garcia. He can go and fight a Devin Haney if he chooses to do so. He can do whatever he want to do. And Teofimo Lopez can't be pissed about it because he didn't give Lomachenko a rematch at all. So, you know, it is what it is, man. And see, this is the thing, too. Again, Teofimo Lopez, he talking all that shit, talking crazy, you and your daddy, talking crazy, talking big dog shit. You know what I'm saying? But then you get into a fight, and then you get too emotional, you don't deliver. You know, you have to still stay contained when you're in a fight. Don't let your emotion get the best of you where you just don't know what you're doing and all this and all of that. Talking, and again, I remember he talked shit about Deontay Wilder and didn't have the right game plan and all this and all of that and swinging for the fences, and his ass was doing the same exact shit tonight. He was doing the same thing, you know. Again, a talented fighter. I don't wish bad on the young man, but I know he do a whole lot of talking, a whole lot of cash talking shit to everybody and their grandmama, him and his pops. So now they got to go back to the drawing board and make shit shake again and see how to get back in the mix, man. Speaking of shit talking, after the fight, I see Ryan Garcia talking crazy. He talking crazy, clowning Teofimo Lopez, clowning him left and right, talking about he will fight George Kambosos in his return fight. And I'm looking like, what the hell, bro? You can't be talking crazy about nobody. As much as your ass be pulling out of fights, Mr. Ryan Garcia, pulling out of fights left and right all the time, just pulling out of fights. you need to get your stuff together, and we need to see you in the ring again and see what you can do. But all that crazy talking, you gotta save it too, because you be pulling out of fights a lot, and we ain't seen you in a while. So what you gonna do, right? But also Devin Haney came out and congratulated George Kambosos, and he looked like he want to fight George Kambosos. I would be very interested in seeing that fight. I think that would be a great fight between the two individuals. As I mentioned before, I think Devin is highly underrated because he doesn't have the pop that Teofimo Lopez has. He doesn't have the punching power, the pop and punching power that Gervonta Tank Davis has. But he's a very, very skilled kid, man. The kid is exceptional, and I love watching him fight. And he's willing to fight any and everybody, and I love that shit. He got that dog in him, and his father Bill, they pushing him, and they look like they're a great tandem together. So I'm interested to see what Devin Haney would do against Mr. George Kambosos, right? But again, man, this is boxing, ladies and gentlemen. This is boxing. Things can shake up overnight. The lightweight division has definitely changed instantly, and I'm wondering if we're going to get to see some big fights that we've been looking for. Is Devin Haney going to get a fight against Kambosos, and then is he going to fight Teofimo Lopez after that? Is he going to fight Gervonta Tank Davis? Is he going to fight Ryan Garcia? How everything going to shake out, man? But you know what? Again, after all that shit Teofimo Lopez was talking crazy about Deontay Wilder and all and everybody else fucking business, we better not see no bitching, no pouting after this loss. Because he was calling Deontay Wilder a bitch and all that, and we know he ain't cut like that to say that in that man's face. He would have got his ass knocked the fuck out. But he talked all that shit. Now we going to see how your energy is after you took this loss. You know what I'm saying? we going to see how you handle this, because you lost fairly and squarely to me, man. Split decision. And again, the best you could have ever hoped for was a draw. You didn't win that fight at all. And again, I didn't see it as a draw. I felt like George Kambosos won the fight, man. You know, so look, man, we going to see what you come back with, but you thought it was sweet. You overlooked George Kambosos, and you got loads of sleep, man. It is what it is. Machiavelli Mills TV, let me know what y'all thought about the fight in the comment section below. Like the video, hit the subscribe button. Thank y'all for rocking with me. I'm out. Peace.